Hey, in our last video, we introduced ourselves, and in this video, we want to show what we make. We'd like to start off with some pictures. Now I'll let Gary take over from here.
All right, so this is a Turkish Damascus twist. The handle, I don't remember what type of wood that was. I got it from a friend. And this is probably one of my favorite Damascus patterns. This one is very early on, before I really got into knife making. I was doing a little bit of blacksmithing and did some hairpins, and occasionally I still do stuff like this. And this one's a leaf hairpin, so it's a two-piece set. There's a pin, and the part you see with the leaf has kind of these curls on the back that help loop the pin through. This is one that I had a lot of fun with. So a friend from work wanted a hunting knife, like a skinning knife. He asked for a deboning knife, but I was pretty sure he didn't quite know what he was wanting. So when I made the billet, I had enough steel for 3 different knives. So I went ahead and made 3. So he's got a whole knife set, deboning fillet, and a skinner knife. Thank you, Chloe. The box we made with maple and sweet gum, and the face of the box that part was intentionally chosen so that we could do that live edge and make it look like a cutaway of a lake or a pond, because he's a duck hunter. So that was a whole lot of fun, and I know for a fact he still uses those every time he goes out hunting. So that's really fun. So this is a railroad spike with a Rubik's Cube twist and a bottle opener for the end. So we will actually be making one of these pretty soon in an upcoming video where, actually it'll be a live, where we give this away. This image here, we just wanted to demonstrate to you how we put our maker's mark on things, which is with an electrochemical etch, which uses salt water and electricity to oxidize the material behind a pattern. So we use a self-stick vinyl and our laser cutter to cut out our maker's mark, put that on a knife, or in this case the end of a railroad spike, and with a piece of cloth or cotton ball and some electricity, you can etch away the parts of the metal that's exposed to you. This is another type of Damascus called raindrop Damascus. This is just a billet. I did make a knife from it, but I don't remember what that knife was. It was quite a while ago. Here's another example of a Turkish Damascus twist, and you'll notice that the darker areas of the blade are significantly darker than the other image with the Turkish Damascus, and that's just a difference in the type of steel that I used. This was also a gift to a co-worker, and the same friend that gave me the wood for the handle on the first image that you saw actually designed this handle, and we worked collaboratively on this. We were both friends with the same person and wanted to do something special for him. So this was a lot of fun also. Yet again, Turkish Damascus twist. Like I said, it's one of my favorite. This is just a straight billet, and we will do some of that, but more often than not, we will be making knives from our own billets. Here's another hairpin. This one's a lot more simple than the last one that you saw. It's just curled steel, and while that looks like a nail, that's not a nail. That is forged in that shape, and it's kind of hard to see in this image, but it was bronzed. I used a little bit of brass with my oxyacetylene torch and melted it onto the steel and then brushed it with a brass wire brush. This is a knife that we will be showing you here in a few minutes. That this is a K-tip, Western style K-tip knife with a Japanese style wa handle. The handle is made out of desert iron wood, and the pattern, the Damascus pattern, is random pattern Damascus. We had a little bit of a problem with this handle, and it cracked. So we're going to have to remake the handle. We'll show you that a little bit later. This is just another example of one of the pins for the hairpins. We did a reverse twist on this. And yeah, that's kind of it. Chloe, you want to show off what you've got?
Yep. So I'm going to start off with some leather coasters that I made. We used the laser engraver to both cut out and the actual coaster and the sun pattern that's in there. We also branded, I think that's appropriate.
Yep.
Branded the coasters with our logo. These will be on the website really soon. These will come into a set of 4 with a coaster holder. I will actually be doing a live or video, I don't think I've really decided yet, on making that. I also started making some stained glass jewelry. So this was one of the first pieces. It's just a piece of sea glass with some solder on it. This is lead based, so this will not be for sale.
But you do plan on using non-lead based solder in the future, right?
Yes, I actually will be using silver based
Okay.
solder. So these are some earrings that I've made during the workshopping process for these. I have some pretty cool pieces of sea glass that I'm excited to use and make different shapes out of. Some circles. I have a couple of coffin shaped ones. Those are really hard to get right. They're a lot of fun to make. And then I have some regular glass, like from a bottle as well. I also do earrings with charms on here. So I have some with butterfly wings. Each pair of earrings will come in this custom-made earring holder. That was one of the prototypes. This is actually one of the more finished ones. Has our logo on here. You see I also have some gummy bears. I have some mushrooms. I also made these pretty cute acorn earrings. Those were a lot of fun to make. And then I do have some crocheted scrunchies. This was a prototype. Those were pretty fun to make, so I'll probably do that in a different video showing how I make these. And Gary, I believe it's your turn.
Yep, I have a couple of things to show too. Alright folks, so I don't make a lot of jewelry, but I do make some pendants out of Damascus steel. And these are really basic, which I think I'm going to try to do something more with these in the near future. Probably going to get into getting some stones or gems to inset into all of these as I do them in the future, and different shapes than what you're seeing. I know you're seeing something kind of consistent here with the type of shape you see here. This one was actually the first piece of Damascus that I ever made it out of some Sawzall blades. And the one part that I messed up on was where I put the hole. It really should have gone through this way instead of this way, because when it's hanging, it's hanging off to the side like this instead of showing it on its broader profile. This is a Skinner knife that we're working on right now. We have, what, three? We have three of these. These I had a little bit of trouble with the Damascus pattern. On one side, it came out like you see here, and then on the other side, it's all straight. And I'm pretty sure I know what went wrong, and we've made adjustments for that. But we have three of these. The handle is a micarta, red and black micarta. Pretty comfortable. All right, now I'm going to show you the knife that I showed you in the picture, the K-tip. First, I'm going to show you this sheath. I guess it's more of a sleeve that Chloe made. Sorry, guys. All right. Chloe, you mind holding the camera? All right. So, it's a heavier knife. It's a little bit of a chopper. Let's see. So this is kind of a standard size width blade. So you can see the difference here. Let's get it in more into the light there so they can. Yeah, there we go. We can really see that size difference. So this is a heavier knife. It really can be used for chopping. But you can also do some pretty good precision work with it as well because of it's got a distal taper, and with the K-tip you can really kind of get down in there. If you need to split apart a chicken or something, you can do it with this guy. So to show you the split we were talking about, this is not stabilized wood. This is just a piece of desert iron wood, and as it dried more, it split down the grain. And that brings up another topic.
There we go. We are back.
All right, so just mentioned stabilized wood. We do a little bit of that too. We stabilize our own wood knife handles so that we don't have problems with the cracking and that sort of thing. We put the wood into a resin pot, and we draw a vacuum down on that resin pot with the wood underneath the resin. That sucks all the air out of the wood, leaving nothing but vacuum voids throughout all of the grain in the wood. After it stops bubbling and you've pulled the vacuum down, you release the pressure, the negative pressure, and that causes that negative space where there's a vacuum in the wood to suck in all of the resin. Then you cure it, and it's still, when it's done, it still feels like wood. It still looks like wood. It doesn't really change the color, but you can treat it like a synthetic material and it won't split. One of the ideas we had, which we haven't had a chance to do yet, and we definitely want to share it with you when we do it, so whether it's a success or a failure, we're still going to show you. We want to take some acorns and some of those little tiny pine cones and stabilize those to use them for jewelry. So they'll stay looking just like you found them. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty excited for that.
Yeah. What else we have? Was that it?
I think that's it.
Okay.
So if you liked today's video, please give it a like. And if you want to see more content like that, please hit the subscribe. And remember,
anything is possible. So go put your imagination to work.